Hi there, I'm Alex D, and I decided to ultimately cut the video instead of just setting it to pause. Since it's already more than an hour long, so I'll spare everyone the trouble and make it into several parts. Speaking of parts, what haven't we done yet? Well, this is roughly the half of our model, and we still have to figure out the grip and probably the angle grip as well, because I have no idea. So far we probably are not going to import this from this folder we have right now. Real extension. Oh, the magazine is it's the time for the magazine, and it also has oh uh, uh, I have effect pivot only. I don't want that. It goes sort of like this. We're going to see this when we apply our texture. General bitmap mag. It's painted like this, so we should probably see how far it goes into the magazine well. Oh, and we also want to call this Payday2 scar mag. And no, it's not helping. It's not really helpful, but okay. Could be worse. Could be worse. But it should go roughly inside the entire lower receiver and stop kinda right there. Anyway, this is why we have our in my case it's gonna be the screenshots from this site. Yep. It goes pretty deep. I'm going to try and open this elsewhere, and it's this ridge, and this is where the paint stops basically, so we need to move this slightly up, up, like this, so a little into the upper receiver actually does go. And let's hide the receivers and see where the bullet is. And the bullet now uses the magazine texture. And I already know what it's going to be. It's going to be the so-called 556. One folder up. It's Payday2 556. Yeah. None. Oh, I haven't assigned it to selection. Now we have a nice bullet texture, which is shared for pretty much every single round in this game. Well, with some exceptions, and those exceptions are usually those where the bullet, the round, is a part of the magazine texture. Now we need to figure out its position. It's a single bullet. It's supposed to be at least two of those, but nah. So it should go sort of like this. No, it shouldn't. Oh crap. Anyway, I have no idea, and you probably are not going to see this too often, but 99% of you claim to have OCD. Actually, you don't have an OCD, you just want to have one, but you ultimately don't. What you might have is ADHD and not OCD. I've been thinking that I might have ADHD. because I literally have the attention span of the goldfish, but you have probably noticed that in my videos since I tend to deviate here and there. Excuse me. Yeah. Alright, we have that sorted out, I think. Input, what's next? Magazine standard, nozzle short, flash hider. Interesting. Let's hide unselected and import not the short, the standard nozzle, and it has the same name and doesn't appear to be any different. Not at all. Absolutely the same. So I'm not, well, I am kinda sure why, but it doesn't really matter. Alright, view. How are we gonna call it? Flash? Scar H. Flash. We're gonna call it flash hider because that's what it is. It's a flash hider. Yeah, this is as high poly as Overkill gets in this game. It's pretty neat. It looks great in game. However you treat low poly models like this. And I'm going to take barrel medium for now, as it's the basic barrel. And place it there. Yep. Maybe even see if it has any. Nah, it probably doesn't have any static shadows on the barrel end, so I'm free to just drop it here. Does it look okay? It's almost as well, the barrel part is almost as long as the flash hider itself, and well, that's true for this one, and it's also true for the actual photo reference, which is nice. I'm going to keep it here. Let's this is terrible. Anyway, let's continue. I'm just gonna delete that. Flip ups down. Flip ups down. Now it's gonna be interesting since we have both iron sides in one element. Oh, it's not gonna be too interesting, but still, what we have here is let's get down a bit. We have two textures, two separate textures for the front side and the rear side. So this is gonna be Payday 2 scar flip rear view. So, oh, I didn't have to assign it, but okay. So we have our rear side nicely textured like this, and we have our front side with a messed up texture. But since they are positioned in this particular way, we are going to just unhide the upper receiver and the barrel assembly. Now I'm going to Actually, we're going to make the second material right away. It's gonna be front side, and we're going to assign this material and name it Payday2 scar flip front. So that it's gonna be slightly easier for us to position in here, I guess. No, it's not easier whatsoever, but I know it's gonna be easier for us if we go back to our left viewport and oh, and actually like this first, then X. Now we're gonna move it like this over this. Yeah, that's all right. And as we can see, the rear sight is also positioned nicely. We should check that in our perspective. Well, it's untextured right now, but it's not too greatly positioned, I guess. Oh, it's positioned all right, because you know this part is supposed to claw it and not the entire side, and this part probably has an opening for that. Anyway, let's clone flip rear down, assign this material and delete the front side mesh from here, and we'll have the rear in there. Now let's select the front side, rename it to flip front down, and delete the rear side from there. Now I have nicely positioned this and this, and they are nicely textured. I don't actually, well, let's see. It kinda is a bit lower, I think. Here the barrel appears to be a bit lower than the rail, and here it's somewhat in line with the rail. Yeah, that's weird. Alright, what do we have here? Let's see. It would be better if I took some pictures in the game, but I'm not going to launch the game right now. This is not much higher than the rail, and in my case it's much higher than the rail. Yeah, I should lower it. I should totally lower it. But in this case I'm going to select both sides and all the barrels and the flash hider. Let's select all of that and lower it in a way that this part is not much taller than this here. And what's it's gonna look like. You know what? For this I'm going to use the perspective view. Oh, by the way, there is a static shadow. Sometimes shadows or untextured parts like this. Yep, like this. Can be helpful, but if these shadows are in places that can be actually seen, especially when there is no bolt handle and or it's locked back and you still see the shadow in here, it's bullshit. And you shouldn't do that. And if you do, shame on you. And what do we what do we have here? Well, this rear side base is kinda on the same line as the rail ridge, or actually this one is deeper than the actual model ridge, so it's hard to say. It's hard to tell there. Anyway, I sort of think I should pull it a little up. And now I have it on the line with this line. I don't really know. Oh, I have some sort of a line in here. I can just whoop, whoop a little, yeah, like this, like this. I think I'm going to enjoy this. Oh, and it's almost perfect in there. It's perfect in there, and doesn't look too bad over here. Okay, I totally agree with this one. Let me just unhide all, select all, effect pivot only, 0, 0, 0. Now all I probably need is to make sure this thing is centered. No, it's not centered. Of course it's not centered. Why would it be centered? Hide and select it. I hope the magazine is centered. I mean, it can't probably be non-symmetrical, asymmetrical, or whatever. Okay, this is easy. This one is easy. Yep, very nice. This one should be synchronized with it, but of course it's not. Come on! How hard can it be to keep it perfectly symmetrical, synchronized and everything? Anyway, this is where we are. Now I can select that, effect pivot only. X is 0. Now it's perfect. It's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Excellent, let's save. Let's restore viewpoint and unhide everything. Oh, what? This happens sometimes, for some reason. Unhide all. Now I have folded sides in place. I think this is symmetrical. I do think so. Alright. We're mostly done, I guess. What else is left? The stock, the flipped up sides. Same story over there. Let's do this again. We should have an easier time this time. Let's just position the rear side over the folded rear side. Kinda like this. Oh, no, 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 no. Alright, I don't know what happened, why it zoomed out. I have probably pressed something. But okay, I've placed these nicely over there. Yeah, whatever. And now I'm going to make sure they are centered and hide. Hide. Okay, of course they're not. Zoom out. And this one. Okay. Let's just select this thing, detach it as G flip up front, move it independently. Perfect. Now we can select these two and move the pivot to 0, 0, 0. We're done here. Now what I have left is texturing front, yep, and rear side. Noise. Okay, now we can unhide all, and this is kind of fun when the model has both a flipped up and flip down sides. Actually, if you see some mods with this happening, crack up and move along. I mean, what else can you do at this point? Modded editing? Huh. What are you, some kind of modder? Stock sniper and stock standard. Yeah, that's all we have left. Finally, we are almost done with the basic parts. We still have a pistol grip and the angled grip. And I have a feeling this is going to be fun. Anyway, is this how it's supposed to look? Okay. Who am I to judge? Yeah, well, I have two openings in there. Default. We're going to rename it to, this is a sniper stock. Payday 2 Scar. Stock sniper. Stock sniper. View. Okay. Now we need to make sure it's centered again. Oh, it is centered. Wow. I don't know why, because you know it has this part and it doesn't have this part, but for some reason it's perfectly finely centered. Oh, maybe because the cheek rest is wider than this part. No, I'll take that. And what do we have here? Let's see the perfect solution for the position of our stock. Should we stick it right like this? No, it's gonna be a bit broken. Alright, let's see how it looks like. It's clipping a bit in there. I'm going to unstick it. Then, and I'm going to move it up because, you know, we are going to see this part more often than this part. So actually The first version of the position was great. This one. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like this. Anyway, this is not the stock we're going to use, at least for now. Fine. Alright. Save. Let's hide the stock. Actually, let's hide the parts we're not going to use for now. That's short barrel, long barrel. Rail extension, we're not going to touch that. Flip down sides, flip up front, and flip up rear. Let's rename it. Flip rear up. Save. And let's hide the sniper stock. Let's add S so that I would know it's A from the stock group. And the standard stock. Okay, it's gonna be called simply stock. So it's gonna be stock sniper, and this is just, you know, stock. What is this going to be? Again, like this. Maybe even no. That seems to be almost perfect. And if I move it in there, it's gonna have noticeable clipping, and I don't want that. I want it to be like this. Maybe a bit higher, so I'm going to the left viewport again. I'm going to zoom in and make it perfect. Yep. Zoom out and see what happens. And now we have the normal SCAR stock with a bit of tape on it. Payday 2 SCAR stock. And this is stock sniper. Yeah, perfect. Excellent. Now this is what we have. We're still missing something, and this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun times. I mean, it's probably easier to find the grip because it's one of the DLC parts, but the angled foregrip, it's probably going to be problematic. What are we going to do? This is not the same grip that's used on the contractor sniper rifle, so it's not there either. Oh, where else can it be? You know what? It can probably be in the base folder for some reason. Like, you know, if I find the RPK in there, probably won't find an RPK in there. Anyway, there should be a folder called AK reusable. Yeah, here it is. The machine guns weren't there before some update, but anyway, there already was a drum magazine. This is a drum magazine texture that was later used on the RPK machine gun, and it was supposed to be an upgrade for the AK, but you know, it never happened. Upgrade pickbox, shoefire, lasers, reusable muzzle flash and devices, things, shotguns, sights. Oh, yes. So the stubby is the small 10 foregrip. It's probably 10 in there. Yep, that's a small 10 grip that's used on several weapons. And vertical grip is the larger variety. It's used on the UMP submachine gun, on the RPK's I think alternative hand guard. It's kind of glued to it, and on something else I don't remember. And for some reason it has in the base files, meaning it was there in the game from the very beginning, the AFG, which is what we are looking for, the angled foregrip. This is what we are looking for. Now it's time to open our model tool again and locate the angled foregrip. And it's gonna be units, Payday 2, weapons, weapon FPS upgrade, vertical grip. It's not quite a vertical grip, but I'll take it. Let's get straight to import. And ScarH. Actually, it's not exported from ScarH, so let's rename it to upgrades. Payday 2. I'm calling it Payday 2 because, well, you know, Payday 2. Base game. Payday 2 base. Funnily enough, it's base game, but okay. Check. And now I'm going to import from a different folder the AFG. Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. Payday 2 AFG. I figure they really wanted to use the AFG on some weapon, so they kinda stuck it on the ScarH. And the same happened to the stubby grip. The stubby grip is reused in quite a number of weapons in the game. Let's save it already. And now we are going to figure out the name of this Hogue rubber grip. What? Changed foregrip? What do you mean? Eagle Heavy Rifle with a changed foregrip. What has changed? Is it a different foregrip? I'm not sure if anything has changed. Oh, I get it. It's not the foregrip. It's not the foregrip. As you can see, this preview image has no bolt handle on this side, and this one is reanimated and has the bolt handle on the left instead of the right. So yeah, I was correct about. And this is why the murky water model has the bolt handle on the right side. Yep. Uses a rubber grip by default. Can we just yep, we can already just visit H grip. H grip means hog. Hog? Yeah, hog. I'm not sure if it's pronounced like rogue, but it's probably yeah. Like rogue, wogue, hog. Yeah, it's definitely a hog grip. And its gauge weapon pack. I'm not sure. It probably doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't say anywhere how the things are named. Oh, this is from the same pack? This is from the same pack. Okay, even this one. Then what was its name? Deck 5? Weapons? Upgrade? Yeah. Hog grip. Hog AR. Huh. You know what? New folder. Upgrades. Deck 5. Deck 5. Gauge weapon pack 01. Hog. Let's convert the model before I copy this stuff. What I was looking for is the name of the folder. Well, like the name of the file, but folder, like, you know, deck 5. Whatever. Now we have everything. Yeah. Oh, why did I close that? I wanted to port this one as well. Browse M grip. I don't remember why is it M. What does M mean? Magpul. Oh, of course it is. Mo. Yeah, this M could either mean Magpul or Mo. Okay. Alright. Close. M grip. Mo. Yeah. M is for Mo, judging by the texture names. Let's copy it right away here, and now we can close that. Okay. Now we need a DDS import. Actually, you know what could be funny? Using an actual default AR grip for our Scar H rifle, for our Eagle Heavy, for extra kicks. Like this. It's a bit overlapping in there and here, and it's kind of looking funny. And I have closed. Eagle Heavy web page, web picture, whatever it is. It's yeah, it's been hanging low like this, but is it? No, it's not overlapping. It's kind of sticking out. So like this. Damn, it's gonna be ugly. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, it kinda ends on this edge, so this is almost correct. Yeah, assembling the Payday 2 models is this much fun. At least I don't have to smooth them, as it turned out. You know, my first Payday 2 models, I did smooth the models myself when I welded the vertices. Now it doesn't take as much time, at least. Actually, I don't remember the last time I smoothed the model completely, at least, because I have smoothed a couple of models recently because of this. You see this edge? Sometimes I don't care about them, but the other times I actually weld these vertices so that you don't see this edge. Sometimes it brings undesirable results, but sometimes it works out. Anyway, I think this is well okay. Oh, this is not okay. Oh, this is crud. Yep. Seriously, it doesn't even fit. Hogue did a bad job at this grip model. I mean, Overkill did, but okay. Maybe they did a good job of it, but I don't just understand how it fits in there. I should move it back a bit. Just a tiny bit. Anyway, this is not what we are going to see a lot of happening in there. This is what we're going to see, and also it's gonna be textured. Nope. Hogue. PD2. AR-15. Grip. Hogue. Show material. None. Now we have something like this. Actually, I didn't put much effort into placing this thing, and that's bad because I've misplaced it terribly. Oh, and it's modeled nicely, so I can just hide the lower receiver and the magazine so that it doesn't get in my way. And I can change it to clay. So that I would more easily see what's happening. It's kind of wide. It's probably gonna fall off. Maybe I should even scale it down a bit, like 90. It's still kinda huge, but it's better already. 85 should do it. Nope, still huge. Anyway, I should actually just Google the actual scar within AFG. Sometimes you can find the weirdest of pictures like this. Scar AFG. And we're gonna see how an AFG looks like on a scar edge. This is a small picture. This is not much a larger picture. This is a very large picture, which probably won't load. Oh, it's loaded. It's kind of crud, but okay. And it's a scar L light one, but okay. It actually is like if it starts uh, over there on the first, it should end third cut, kinda. So it's gonna be larger than that. Let's scale it back to 100 actually. Move it like this. So one here, and yeah, it's kind of like this actually. Mm, do I see 3 holes? I don't see 3 holes, but this must be the perspective issue. So I just gonna scale it down to 90 anyway. Move it back a bit. Now I see 3 cuts in there and none over here. And I think that's fine. Huh. Funny where this thing has its pivot point. Very funny, I must admit. Yep, kinda like this. Okay, I'm perfectly happy. Anyway, we are going to move or scale this thing according to the animation anyway, so you know what? Get back to 100. Now just let's unhide all, select everything, affect pivots, move 0, 0, 0. And now our model is complete. Almost. Let's do one last thing with the model. Hide everything. Upper receiver, barrel medium, and flash hider. Let's rename it to flash hider. It was named flash hider all along. Medium. Now let's hide the medium barrel and unhide the short barrel. Clone this one. Call it flash hider short. Pivot only, center to object so we can easily see it. Hide this one. Whoop. Yep. And repeat the same for the long barrel. Clone long. Actually, we could make an instance of this element so that when we change the smoothing or make it more high poly or something else, it will change everything else. So that's a nice thing to have and not just a rookie mistake bait. And now for 2 of these we will affect pivots and place them at 0, 0, 0. Now we're basically done. Let's unhide all. And We have two main versions of this thing. Well, three, judging by the barrel lengths, but anyway. Let's hide all the barrels and all the flash hiders and all the sides and both stocks and this thing. This is our base, unless you count this folding grip, which doesn't have to be here. Anyway, the basic is going to be medium barrel, medium flash hider, flipped up, flip front up, flipped up sides, and the normal stock. This is going to be what goes into the AK slot, as you know, the battle rifle. A slow firing, hard hitting, on bright sides animations. And we are also going to need... do I have a military laser somewhere? I've used a 10 one in here, but I want a bigger one. Oh, I also have a small laser in there. I don't have any laser here. I have a flashlight. None here, none here. Nothing. Crud. Okay. I want a laser sight, and not just any sight. I mean, I have this one. Okay, 12. Pack box. It's black here, but by default it's tan. It's tan by default. Yep, like this. It's kind of tiny, and if I'm going to make a murky water model, which looks like this, it's not going to have an angled foregrip. It's going to have its bolt handle on the right side. I'm not sure about this grip. I mean, what can we say about this grip? It's probably not even Hogue. Well, it's Hogue by default on the Eagle Heavy, and this thing is also modified with the sniper stock and the extended rail, but the barrel is standard length. The sights are flipped up, and there is a laser sight in there, but this is definitely not a pack box. It's a larger model, the ANPAC 15, which is known in the game as military laser sight or something like that, and it's mounted on this rail instead of this rail. But the basic version is going to have it mounted here, so it might as well be this one. Doesn't have to. Probably shouldn't be. Let's try it anyway. Let's send it to object. Doesn't look too uniform, but at least it's tan. And it's very definitely not a flashlight. But who cares? Yeah, right? Fine. It's time for some more extractions. Downloads, model tool. At least this time I know where to look. It's gauge mod courier gauge jobs weapons. Um, New folder. It's gonna be upgrades. Gauge jobs. Upgrade FL laser. No, laser is a small laser. I'll also need that someday. And pack 15. This is what we are looking for right now. Let's get this. Actually, that's a lot of stuff in there, but I'm not going to touch it right away. I'm just going to grab what I need and be done with it. Pack 15, this, and the textures. And let's be done with it for now. Rename it to DDS right away. Close. And close this as well. Nah, disagree. Import. Upgrades, gauge jobs, this thing. Okay, we don't need these small phased stuff. Okay, I'll import these as well, just to show that they don't really matter. Let's hide everything but these things. This is our laser sight. Uh, this is our laser sight. Let's I don't want that hanging around. I want this laser sight. Gate jumps back 15. None. This is the same laser sight model. I thought I ported this already because I used basically the same model on the MGL, the war machine from Black Ops 2. The laser sight attachment in Black Ops 2 is the same pack 15, and this is why I thought I already ported it, but it was from a different game. Payday 2, pack 15. Yep. And this is our pack 15. It's much yeah, this is exactly the same thing. And this is basically a smaller version of the NPAC 2, which is a giant unwieldy thing that takes the entire M4 handguard by how huge it is. Anyway, laser indicator, and as you can see, this is pretty much useless for us right now. Let's unhide everything and try to locate our laser sight. It's here. Let's place it over there, and now we are going to figure out how it's supposed to be placed over there. I don't know, but I like it. Now we need to make sure there's not much clipping going on. Oh, there is some clipping going on. We don't want that. We want to move it back from this rail cover. Yep, like this. At least like this. And let's go into clip in there as well. Yep, just a little bit. Okay, now it's definitely not clipping into anything. And there's still some rail left in there. That's great. Okay. Um, oh crap. Okay, this is fine. This is also fine. Let's move its pivot point to 0, 0, 0 and save. Okay, so hide the sniper stock, hide all the barrels except the medium one, and hide the flip down sights and the rail extension. And this is the pretty much unmodified Eagle heavy rifle, but it has the laser module for L4D2 reasons. Most of my recent mods have no flashlight attachments whatsoever, and this one is going to have one because, you know, just look how many rails it has. And then there is the murky water model, which is going to be, well, it's going to have the same barrel length, but it's going to have a different stock. Still flip top sights, okay. No AFG. Not mirrored this thing, but that's done by simply deleting the mirror modifier. And the rail extension, which is going to have a laser sight on top of it. So we just clone this one, center it to our laser sight again, rotate it like this, hide this one, peg extension. Let's move it to 0 right away so that it's kinda centered in there. Over here and figure out how high it's supposed to be. Oh. It should be something like this, but now we're just a couple of steps from victory. Let's change it to clay. It's kind of centered, I think. Yep, that's pretty much it. Does anyone disagree? And now we have pretty much what can be considered a faithful recreation of the Murky Water NPC weapon. Should I place it a bit lower? It's how tall it has to be over the rail. I know it's not a faithful reference, but still. Oh, it's kinda tall. It's kinda tall in there. It's kinda sitting right on top of this thing, and it towers over the rail a bit. And below this block, let's see. Yeah, it towers over the rail, but a lot of. And below this block, this is the gas block, and it should be below this block, so I'm lowering it. How low do you have to be? Let's make it as low as this line. Now it's a bit too low now. Okay. I think this is it. Yep. Now I can safely... Oh no. Yeah, affect pivot only, that's okay. 0, 0, 0, and let's select everything and affect pivot only. Align to world, just in case we have missed something that I have rotated. I don't think I've rotated anything except this thing, so that's it. Yeah, we have assembled the model and even recreated the special NPC version as well. It took us quite a while. I wish it didn't take this much time. Actually, you know what? Let's see how the standard AR-15 grip looks like on this model. Grip Hogue, grip standard. Now let's hide the Hogue grip. Okay, this doesn't look good. This does not look good. It does look funny though. Kinda out of place since it's black instead of tan. And this part kinda ruins the whole thing. Can I delete it? I sorta can. I should switch off already. Alright, I'll keep it for now, just for fun, for comparison, for reference. Maybe this is what I'm going to keep for the murky water version, because why not? Actually, what is this going to replace? And on what animations? Well, that's a story for another time. It's probably also going to replace the AK, since it's a battle rifle and it has no scope. If I'm giving it a scope, I'm folding down the sights, giving it a nice sniper scope and probably a nice sniper grip, also from the AR family, and a longer barrel, I think. I'm not sure about the laser sight. Should I keep it there or move it over there? Oh, I'm definitely needing a bit of rest. It's almost 12 a.m. already, and with the new job I have, I kinda broke my biological clock or whatever it's supposed to be called, and I'm just butchering English right now. Also, this says H02, while what does this one say? 047. Okay, what the hell is this grip? It's kinda gray. It's not black, it's kinda gray. Okay, this is not gonna be an improvement, as we have deduced earlier. Well, anyway, we've done it. We've assembled the model. It took us some 2 hours. Well, it could take 1.5 or maybe 1 hour if I wasn't uh, such a dork with some ADHD issues. And actually, that's pretty neat. I'm probably going to enjoy this version more than the normal Eagle Heavy, you know. Oh, AFG. But we'll see. We'll see about that. This is definitely going on Danny's version of Mr. Brightside's animations with less heavy recoil, because that has some, you know, Left 4 Dead 1 hunting rifle recoil. And, well, the AFG less animation. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to use Black Ops 2 Scar Age animations, because it doesn't have to have its charging handle on the left side. I'm definitely not using the Killing Floor 2 because they have a vertical grip, and I'm not putting a vertical grip on the totally gripless Murky Water version of this gun. Nah, time will tell. Alright, that's one more long ass video to upload, and see you guys tomorrow.